Rudy Rising family. No, unfortunately, the choices we make are conditionally triggered by people and the circumstances that we make these choices around. I want to touch a little bit on the law of karma. Most of the time when we have these karmic practices, we're unaware that we're making a choice unconsciously. You don't really get happiness out of making choices unconsciously. Think about it. Last time you made a decision and you chose to do that action or that thing based on an unconscious thought. You actually made an unconscious choice, or even was aware you're making an unconscious choice. So let's jump in it. There's a spiritual law of karma, and it says karma is the cause and effect of all actions. It's the conscious condition that we're actually making the right choice. Simple as that. Because most of the time as a kid, you're not all the way conditioned to think of something that could bring a bad outcome. I hate to talk about good and bad, but as a kid, you have the most innocent mindset there is, and to embrace and to experience. That's why a lot of times as an adult, we tend to want to stay kids. So you want to do kiddie things. You always want to experience the younger part of yourself. Not all people, but most people that have great childhood experiences, they want to go back to their childhood, those moments, right? Okay. I can remember a lot of teachings about karma was probably in the most negative idea. Not all, but a lot of them. You tell me something's going to happen based on my actions, it was most of the time to keep us safe. Like, don't go across the street because there's an opportunity of something going down over there, etc., etc. Or if you run across the street, you might get hit by a car. And this idea of karma really affects us when we're trying to create from a pure place of infinite possibilities. Like something happened between kid and growing up as an adult. So we find ourselves in this place of not liking the choices we make after we make the choice, because most of the time we're making an unconscious choice, and we find out later on that the choice I wish I could have made a better choice. That's some of the things that we probably would say. I wish I could have made a better choice. So the idea of us speaking of things that we desire and not getting the outcome that we hoped for comes from the actions of karma, because you cause that result to come back tenfold. What you sow is what you reap. If you ever heard of that saying, then that saying goes a long way when you're actually trying to manifest something that you really, really, really want. A new house, the greatest designer. You want to take on a new adventure. You want to be more financially stable to, get your ideas rolling and happening for you. You want to see your ideas happening. However, when you think about these things happening and that outcome from the thought process that you are thinking about, you find it not bringing you the level of success, because you're unaware of the process. The energy that you put into this thought came back to you just as the energy that you put in there. Like, you really got back what you thought about in that desirable outcome. Now you don't like it, or you're struggling to go forward from the choice that you decide to make. So I want to leave you guys with this. When you find yourself unaware of what choice to make, you find yourself in a circumstance where you have to make an important decision in that event, but you're not sure, you are unsure. I want you to ask yourself these two questions. The first question is that action going to bring you happiness. And this is going to bring not only you happiness, but the people that are around you happiness with the action that influence them. People are heavily influenced by your actions. If you're not aware, become aware of this and notice how powerful you are in a group setting. The second question is, ask yourself, what are the consequences of this action? If I do this action, if I decide to do this, what are the consequences that this action will bring me back, right? When you ask yourself those two questions, something happens in your energy field where you're not only aware, you're actually about to make a conscious decision, and the conscious decision leads to the right choice. It's the right, I guarantee you, it's the right choice spontaneously made for you, not only for you, but for both you and those around you that your actions will influence. In the process of that, the heart is connected with the choices that you make. It can really, really help you get the right answer. A lot of times you don't know the answer. We don't know the answer to a lot of things. You are right now trying to manifest something good in your life to happen because you're just tired of being in this situation. It's hard for you to really process that thought process positively because you have like a dark cloud over you, or something that's not sitting right with your energy. You're still processing previous upsets and disappointments, and it's just really taking a toll on you. With that said, being consciously aware of yourself, you got to get in tune with your heart. Your heart has the answers. It might not be the rational answer, but I guarantee you your heart can tell you exactly what you need to do. Again, go to the heart when you are feeling confused and you need to make the right choice that's going to align you with the most desirable outcome that you want to experience for you and those all around you. Ask yourself those two questions. One, what are the consequences that this action is going to bring me? Because consequences, we have to reap those consequences. Whatever action we take has a consequence behind that action. Two, is this action going to bring me happiness, and is it going to bring those around me happiness if I perform this action? Because those around you are heavily influenced, especially if they're loving you, if they loving on you, the one that supports you. You want to bring good spirits around those because that's your inner circle. These are the people that's probably going to be there when you get back up. Okay? So I want to leave you guys with that, and I hope that really helps, your mindset today. I know every day is not peaches and cream. It's not hugs and kisses. However, we have the choice to be consciously aware of how we feel about what's growing on in us and how we are influencing others around us. That's your reality. You create from a positive, pure place. It's all energy. But the energy field comes out of a spiritual awareness. When you're outside the spirit, you may experience unhappiness, being impressed by the egoistic things, the material world, and you find yourself chasing things that really doesn't satisfy your soul. It doesn't satisfy who you really are. That self-awareness is where you get that pure place of all infinite things happening. Like the infinite possibilities come from this field that we're all connected of. Nothing disconnects you from that field but you, and not knowing who you are. So I want you guys to stay rooted and keep rising.